Hello, beautiful friends. It's so exciting to be here with you. I'm just going to switch screens here. We have an amazing event ahead of us today, as we do for the entire lunar cycle. This is going to be really fun. And yesterday we listened to the clearing with the devas. We're going to do that again today, and we're going to do it today now, and we're going to do it again at 5 p.m. Pacific. And I saw that someone posted that you probably found it. I'll have to look into it. That would be amazing, because I thought I had it as a CD many years ago, and I just, copied it into my laptop. And so I've been playing it ever since. And I don't know which album it actually came from. And so here we are in this amazing lunar cycle. And, every day when you wake up, it really is a gift. And we wake up because we are here in these physical bodies, and these physical bodies, they belong to our beloved Divine Mother. Now, many different people on this planet met her in the physical form. And to me, this is very different from having kind of a sense of her or believing in her or just being devotional without ever meeting her. And so I want to always guide everyone to be able to meet Divine Mother in the physical form. Now, I was thinking about it today. I think about her all the time, and it's really up to her to show up, when we attune our hearts, when we do everything that we can possibly do, and then she might show up. And so I was thinking, she usually would come in the middle of the night. And the reason for that is that in the middle of the night, we are more empty. And she comes when we are empty of thoughts, empty of emotion, empty actually of the self. And then she can come in. It's very much to me like a law of physics. So in the middle of the night, sometimes it is that you are awake in the middle of the night, and that's my best time to practice. And I recommend it to everyone. If you wake up in the middle of the night, don't think about things, but go into a chant within your mind, like inside of you, not out loud, but internally. And when you empty yourself with the chant and you become completely still, there is nothing within you, like no thought, no feeling, then by the laws of physics, and the laws of physics are the laws of the Mother, she fills you up. She comes when we are empty. To some people in this world, she came as the Kundalini. Many people describe it as the Kundalini awakening. And I always say, let's open our minds to something bigger than that. And so the simple chant of Om, I usually use Om in the middle of the night. And so the day that I got to meet her for the first time in her physical form, where she actually manifests outside of you first. She first comes as a physical woman, and she can take on many different forms. And so there was a woman in our bedroom. Normally that would be very concerning, but this time it was Divine Mother. And so that was the first introduction I had to Divine Mother. And so, I thought about it, like she first comes externally. And she comes in whatever form she wants to take on for you. And all the people I met in this world who met Divine Mother in the physical, she took on different forms, different age group, different skin color. It doesn't matter. She will do whatever she wants to do. And so that was my first encounter with her. And so this morning I was, thinking about her. I was doing my chanting and meditation, and I thought, I wonder if she just comes in the middle of the night. And then I remembered, no, she doesn't. She actually, and again, my stories, the next day, after she visited in the middle of the night, the next day, again, in the bedroom still, there was another form of Divine Mother standing by the side of the bed by my side. And I was already getting up. I was getting ready for work, and I, had to drive to the office that morning. And that was the Palace Athena. And so it was in the morning. And then, I'm getting ready for work, I'm in the bathroom in front of the mirror, and, women, exactly the small mirrors where you put your makeup on. And I'm looking in that small mirror, and then I look, and above me is what today I refer to as the green Tara. So it is not always when we are in the middle of the night, but when we are empty. And I thought about it, sometimes, you're doing something and you become completely mindless. You become completely feelingless, emotionless. There is nothing, you are empty. And so it's like you lose yourself. And when you lose the self, she comes. And that's amazing. And so I love that we are able to be here in her presence, because, when she comes once, she's always then with you. So I'm going to take you through the little bit of a process of, how this journey unfolded. So first, Divine Mother would always come to me physically, externally. And she was teaching me externally. She would come and she would be in front of me. She would sit with me. She would be above me. She would be in my meditation room. She would be around me. And I thought of her always as an external entity, as an external being, as an external mother. And so I felt like, oh, I'm her child and she's teaching me. And so I was doing all the chanting as if I'm chanting to something outside of myself. And then one day, and again, this was, the process she takes us on. And I know this happens to everyone the same way when they, start to interact with this level of the mother. So I want to say how it works then. So first, she's around you, she's in front of you, and you're looking at her, and it's amazing. But then she does something so interesting. She enters you, and she enters your physicality as well as your non-physicality. And so when she enters you, and this started to happen, like stage 2, let's call it that. When she sees that you are willing, and many different things, she wants to see a sweetheart. She wants to see the sweetheart. And she wants to see that you care for all things in life. She really does. She explained this to me, and so first I called her Divine Mother because that's how she introduced herself. And so I was like, oh my gosh, Divine Mother, I heard about you. Yogananda talked about you. I know that you exist, but I had no idea that this would ever be possible. And so, and then she started to expand and expand and expand and expand. She expands you because she doesn't want you to ever be little. She always talks about things like be big, be powerful, be confident, believe in your incredible power of you, like you are incredible child of the mother. But now we also know, as I talk about again from experience, that we also have a very cool dad, the Divine Father, the Shiva, really element of creation. And so first she introduced herself as Divine Mother. And so I was talking to her every day. And you talk to Divine Mother. You actually talk to Divine Mother. You use your words. She is the sound. She is the mother of words. She speaks with words. So when she says, call me this and call me that, she's telling you in your language or whatever language that you speak. She speaks to you. And so she said to me, well, now that you call me Divine Mother, let me reveal the next secret about who I am. I am the mother of life. And she, I always talk about it. She says, not just the life with a small L. I am the mother of life with a capital L. And so this was like a big, shift. And she says, call me Goddess Life. She has a great sense of humor. She's very playful. She's like a kid and at the same time a goddess. She takes on a form that doesn't always have to be pretty. When she speaks and makes sounds, sometimes she sounds like Kali, and she wants to make those sounds. She wants us to dare to also, she always explained this as like, in this world, everybody's obsessed with beauty. But she always says something so mind-boggling. She said, it's okay to also be ugly and make a sound that is not perfect. And maybe somebody will say that's an ugly sound, but she said that is okay. And she will challenge you to go beyond the beautiful, which is a part of distorted duality. She will ask you to make sounds that might not be beautiful at all. She will take on a form where she says, do you still find this beautiful? It's okay to be both, because she unifies our distortions of dualities. In this world, she always says, everybody wants to look like this, but how about this? How about being really big? How about being really old? How about being all the things that are not popular in this world? Let me show you. I am all of that. When she started to enter me, she would enter as her beautiful rainbow light. And I always describe the process as very, very uncomfortable. She is the mother of nature. First, she's like the goddess. Then she is mother life. Then she is life with a capital L. And then she introduces you to who she is as the mother of cosmos. She is in every single particle of life in cosmos. And, she says galaxies are just her little flowers. So that's how big the mother is. And then she will push you and push you beyond the boundaries of comfort, but never through suffering and never through pain. That is our own choice. When she comes, she will do it her way. Push, 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 push. How far can you go with me, she says. And one day she takes us to a place. And again, this is not just my experience. Everyone who met her, she does the same thing to everyone. She has one process. Are you willing to surrender to her? And the surrender is not a little thing. And I always say, not a little thing, surrender. Not a little thing, but the most important one. She told me those 4 steps. She says, number 1, human beings, let us relax a little bit, relax. But again, those 4 steps, I promise you, if you follow them, if you really, truly understand them, they are the simplest words possible. Relax, let go, trust, and surrender. But if we understand it deeply and we are able to allow this process within us, the mother will reward us incredibly. But first, the surrender is complete nothingness. And nothingness is something that many people are afraid of. Surrender is like free fall into nothingness. It is the free fall into cosmos itself. You really don't know, are you going to make it or not? Because there must be also fearlessness. If we have any fear within us, Divine Mother will I always say, she will kick you out of the experience and she will come back next time. She will not give up on us. But the thing is that we have to show fearlessness, and fearlessness is what people describe as Christ consciousness. It truly is the absence of all fear. And even if the tsunami wave comes, even if you will be swallowed by a dragon, it's okay. Fearlessness is actually the key. And that is the one thing Divine Mother looks for. And she looked for it in Jesus too. I always like to bring up Uncle Jesus. And so it was about fearlessness, because we cannot find the mother when we still have fear within us. And so she will actually push and say, how fearless are you, my child? And then one day when you make it and you say, okay, you know what? I will free fall for you, mother. So I just have to move to another room. And so the mother will ask for our fearlessness. And the fearlessness is rewarded by the infinite cosmic consciousness. And I know this is what the yogi spoke about. And I want to say, I'm not really a yogi myself, and but definitely a mystic. And I know you are mystics and maybe even yogis, whatever we are, we are the children of this amazing mother. We are children of this creation. And so every single one of us has all it takes. And so the thing is, surrender is the key. And once you surrender, you first realize, actually, you go through what people refer to it as death. And I really, when it happened to me, I didn't know that I was going to make it and if I was going to make it, because you don't know. That is the true surrender, not knowing. Because if we had certainty, we would not call it surrender. And so the total surrender requires the complete not knowing. Are you going to make it if you fall through the cosmos, really, where she pushes you in a way? And so as I surrendered to her, and again, this is a process that everyone else describes as well. First, there is the nothingness. People can call it void as well. There's truly nothingness. It's seems like, okay, you have been extinguished. You no longer exist, and you have to be okay with it because there is no you. There is truly nothing. And then suddenly, as you don't know, is this going to be eternal? Is this forever going to be like this? Because, the thoughts disappear too. You cease to exist for who knows how long. But the next thing that happened, and that the next thing was the explosion of consciousness. And that again, to me, is the law of physics. When you empty yourself so much, you surrender so much, and you do it in such an amazing way where you're like, okay, for you, mother, I'll do this. And then she fills you up, and she fills you up not only with her, limited self, like where she would be this beautiful Adi Shakti, but she comes as life force of all things in the entire cosmos, and she just moves through you, and suddenly you explode. There is no you, but at the same time you become everything. And so you go from nothingness to everythingness. And not only do you become galactic, not only do you become universe, you become cosmos with her. She makes you so big. She gives you a glimpse of her vastness. And so to me, I'm so excited I get to speak about it today. Because today, every day is the amazing opportunity to experience the mother. And so I asked her, Mother, how can we all get to experience you? And so she said, speak about these little experiences, speak about the steps, bring the mother in. And this morning I was following a song which she recorded with me, really. And it is on our YouTube channel. It's called Kundalini Activation. And that song was when the mother entered the body and she started to speak through my physicality. And this is what she does, Once you are empty, she can actually fill you up. And then you don't stand in her way as a human, but she is within you and she moves you. She moves you. And when she moves you, imagine the design of this game. She wanted to move us all, but then we got in her way. Because the original design was she was going to move through all of us, and she was going to be the one who inspires love within us. And so one of the things she said was, let's say, imagine it's 8 billion of us here at the moment, or maybe more, I don't know. And if the mother was allowed to move through all of us at the same time, all the time, we all would be unique for her, because she is the unique. She looks for uniqueness within us. She searches for the unique expression of our love for life. She's looking for variety. She doesn't want everyone to be the same, but at the same time, she wants everyone to be so empty of the self. She wants to be filling us up and be the self within us. And that's what's happening. Every single day is the opportunity to do it. I always say there is nothing to hold on to in our lives. We need to just hold on to the mother connection. Hold on, if you want, to the father connection. Again, I was thinking about Sadhguru. Sadhguru teaches more about Shiva and how to be with the Shiva consciousness. But really, it doesn't matter how we get there. I think it all eventually leads to the same thing. Eventually, we just all realize the fullness and the true relationship of the mother, father, God that is within us. And so the next stage with the mother, I actually didn't so much enjoy the next stage, because she becomes, a part of you in a way that you no longer see her on the outside. You only have her inside of you. And, of course, it spoils you when you constantly can see her on the outside, but it also is amazing when she then becomes integrated within. And again, that's the next thing she does. She becomes integrated within you. And then she's the guiding voice of your divine self. She actually then speaks to you. And I know I just spoke to one of you here. I don't know if you are on the call recently, someone who actually can also hear the divine self speaking the way that she really does. And that is, or he does, and that is, it is from within them. And that is the design of it all, of course. So one of the things that actually I find as a discomfort was that Divine Mother told me, okay, since I am the mother of all creation, I am the mother of all the water, I am the mother of all the earth, meaning the solid kind of minerals in all planets and stars. She is the mother of all the suns. She's the mother of all the planets. She's the mother of all the fire. She's the mother of all the air. She's the mother of all the ether. And so she uses these 5 elements to create. And in this world, she's pretty sad what happened to this world. And actually, once you get to meet the mother, You know, that she also has that aspect of her that is in pain because of what happened to this world. And she spoke to me about this, and she said, look at the soil. What happened to the soil? Why is there so much toxicity in the world? What happened to the oceans? Why is there dirt in the ocean? Why is there plastic floating around? Why is there, you know, garbage in the oceans? And the mother very, and I don't know if you guys can imagine, but her pain because of what happened to the 5 elements in this world is huge. The other pain that she feels is the pain, and it's nice to talk about her as the mother of love and all the beautiful and great things, but let's also be real with her. And she feels pain every time any piece of garbage is placed inside the earth. So think about all the landfills. So to represent the mother, we have to represent all of her. That means not only the sweetness, not only the sweet, little chant here and there, but we also need to represent her in this way. And that is also, the discomfort that she will actually, she wants us to be real with her. And in this way, she wants us to be environmentalists with her. She is the ultimate environmentalist in this world. And I will talk about 2 things before we go to meditation, or maybe more, I don't know, but how important it is to actually help her and be her hands, her hearts, her voices in this world. She always says, be proud of yourself, be strong, be visible, do everything it takes to be really a child of the mother in this world. Represent. And so she was asking me constantly, how much more garbage do you want to put in the landfills? Like, this is her belly, she said. That's exactly her words. She said, this is her belly. And so recycle, do everything you can, come up with ideas, how you can create less harm, teach others, teach your children. So important to teach the children. They come with great knowledge, but they forget because they go through this, system of ignorance on this planet. And so the next thing she was like, save the oceans. And she comes to you and she's like, you've got this. Make sure the oceans are not dirty. And, she doesn't see limitations in how much you as her child can actually do in this world. And this is true for every single one of us. And so to her, solutions are within her. And may she guide you as this beautiful rainbow serpent of creation within all things. She is the ultimate life force, creating, creating, creating. So to her, it's pretty sad when her children do not honor her creation. So she really feels pain. She does. She feels pain. She feels pains when the oceans are not clean. She feels pain when we do not respect nature. And so let's take it to the next level. Teachings of the mother. I'm not making this up. One day I'm sitting in the backyard, I was eating blueberries. I never forget these moments, it's like it's written then into your DNA when the mother comes. And I have 3 dogs, and so they always beg. And I was thinking, no, I'm keeping the best blueberry for myself. And Divine Mother comes and says, no, Adi, you don't understand, obviously. Always give the best away. Always take the best, the biggest that you have, and give it to the ones who truly need it. Give it to the weak ones. And so Divine Mother, she teaches you through her nature. And so, I take the best blueberry I found and I gave it to my dog. Really. No, it's okay. Come here, guys. Sorry, I need to move again. And so it's really funny because these are the stories that teach us, it's the best teaching ever. Take the best you have and give it away. Show your mother how deeply you care. And so she actually then says, and this was the teaching that afternoon that she delivered, and she said, when you look at this world, become someone who deeply cares. And you don't have to care for the ones who already have it all, and all the ones who already know it all, and all the ones who are doing well. She specifically said, care for the weak ones. She didn't say the poor ones. She didn't say that, but she said, care for the weak ones. And what is weakness in this world? Our weakness comes from our unconsciousness. And so let us care for the weak ones, and let us help everyone to build up their strength, which is the strength of consciousness. So hopefully this was useful. So next thing, of course, and this is where the discomfort comes for so many, is that she also wants us to deeply, deeply, deeply see her in all animals. In all animals. That's why we have the beautiful Buddhist tradition, which really honors, the Tara, the mother as the Tara. And that is every single animal, including fish, every single animal is the mother actually embodied. And so she wants us to open our hearts also to those who are here to be representing her in different frequencies. She told me every single animal on this planet contains a unique frequency of the mother. She wants us to be musical. She's very musical. She wants us to be constant music, And so to her, for example, I was still eating fish a very long time ago, but Divine Mother, she is the mother in the fish too. And I really like the fish, I have to tell you. But she was like, no, the fish need to be here on this planet. They need to live their lives. They contain the frequency of joy. And when they alive, they can really truly emanate joy into the planetary grid. So she said everything is about the planetary grid. The planetary grid is the symphony. And when it is broken, it's broken music. And we need to make our music beautiful again. How to handle mosquitoes, don't ask me. I try not to kill anything at all. I carry spiders out from the house when I find one, just to make sure, tiny little moths, everything you can, just allow it to live, So that actually to her is an expression of consciousness. Well, please, a heart, I have to tell you. And so, let's think about the practical things. Can we adjust our diets? I have been not eating any meat like at all since the mother told me about the fish. And it was actually the spirit of the fish that spoke to me. And this is probably since 2008, 2009. And so that was my last time having fish. Can you thrive? Yes. Can you find your protein in something else? Absolutely. And so you will have more life force. Of course, it adjusts your energy to much higher, better vibrations. Mm-hmm. What is that with the fish story? Yeah, it's a long story. I had a visitation from the spirit of the fish. So, I think our thriving comes from the mother, and Yogananda spoke about it too as well. You can take a dead body and put the best, nutrition in a dead body. It's not coming back to life. But if you actually fill the body with life force, then your life force is what keeps you thriving, not just healthy, but to me, health is like, it's just an expression of our divinity, but you can go to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. And the next level is of course, your divine resonance with source itself. We need to be super, super vibrant, right? Because the source is a vibration. And so you contain this vibration. And so in the next lunar cycle, I will be I already know, I was told today, be teaching how to completely live in this high state of energy, how to energize yourself every day, how to live with this absolutely amazing frequency, which comes from the mother. So beautiful. And so today, I was going to introduce I Chant. And at the moment I'm stretching kind of the limits of chanting and going through my own discomfort, because you never know where it leads to. But I'm chanting a lot today. Every single day for 41 days I'm doing a chant, and it takes me about an hour and 10 minutes to go through the chant. And last night when I was chanting, I was just getting tired. It was cold. I have to chant outside, and I thought, oh my gosh, I think I'm done. I don't know if I can get through this. And then Divine Mother came and said, of course you can get through this. Just imagine right now you chant because of you are living in joy. And then you get tired and you're cold and you think, oh, I'm just not going to chant so long. And so I thought I'll just go back home. And then Divine Mother says, well, and would you start chanting if suddenly you were suffering and it was your only way to get out of the situation? And I was like, yes, you're right. And so I want to offer the opportunity to live through joy and not ever having to beg, for certain favors from Divine Mother, and to show up every day in joy when you might not think you need any assistance, but to show up and push yourself and maybe do a little bit more chanting, a little bit more meditation, maybe stop eating animals. Sometimes it's a discomfort, and it's okay to be discomforted. And so I'm going to introduce a chant. So I mentioned that if you chant mama, like mama, 9 times, it's a powerful way to call the mother. And so chanting, mama, that's 1, mama, 2, that calls her. She's the frequency ma. In all the chants, when you see ma, then definitely that is the chant of the mother. And so you can just chant to her and miraculous things happen. I can't even tell you what happens, but let me tell you another chant. This is a chant I've been doing for many years. And this is invoking the Divine Mother within the body, within the energy, within the subtle system. The mama, so mama 1, mama 2, so 9 times. So that calls the mother in. But there is another chant which is so, so, so powerful. And I always say, think of the specific syllables that they need to be pronounced exactly so that they create resonance and so they are like a phone number. So think about it this way. When the phone number is supposed to be 707, then you cannot dial, 618, even though that's very close, but it's not. And so we need to dial exactly the phone number. And the phone number for ma is very easy. That ma is easy. But then we have other chants that are these cosmic syllables. And so think of pronunciation as the key. The key is not knowing the meaning, but the key is the frequency that you create. Because Divine Mother creates through sound. She chants things into creation. And so we want to also chant whatever her mantras are. These are not made up by humans. These are not made up by some spiritual teachers. These are frequencies that you hear within creation, within the mother's body. And when you chant them out loud or internally, it doesn't matter if it is loud or not, then you are dialing her phone number. And this is one of her best phone numbers, and it is I'm clean so. I'm clean so. And so this is the 3 different frequencies of the mother. It is the mother within us. I'm is within the 3rd eye, clean is within the crown, and so is in our heart. And so let us do this now, if that's okay with you. We'll just do it 3 times. And I will send an email with the instructions, and I will send an email actually with a video where you can very easily chant it. So here, let us just do it 3 times.
I am clean, so clean. I am clean, so clean. I am clean, so clean. I am.
And let's try it one more time.
There is one mantra which we can chant, Devi mantra, which is the gateway or entrance to the Sri Vidya proper. And that is the mantra of Bala Tripura Sundari. Now, Bala mantra it's called. And it has only 3 Bijaksharas, Aim, Kleem, So. Let's can chant it. This is one of the mantras. I'm clean so, 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 I'm clean so. Aim Clean So, Aim Clean So, Aim Clean So. Clean So, I'm 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 clean So.
So I'll send the video so that you can chant. I recommend chanting 108 times. I'm clean so, I'm clean so, I'm clean so, 108 times. And focusing within your body on the third eye, on the crown, and on the heart. On the third eye, on the crown, on the heart, and moving through the physical body so that you can activate the mother within the body. And so these chants, they allow you also to be mindless. Of course, that's why we chant. And they allow you to also be completely feeling less in a way, so that you don't have any emotions. Maybe that's a better word, no emotion. And so then the mother can enter so beautifully. And so let us go into meditation. Today's meditation is really service to Divine Mother. And the service to Divine Mother is cleansing the 5 elements within us. And we're going to do it with the devas. And so again, I'm going to look at where to find the meditation. I saw that someone posted it here. So I'm going to look if that's the one. And here we go. This is Orin. This is from orinandeben.com. And it is working with the devas. The devas are actually within the body of the mother. She's the ultimate deva. So that's why they call her Devi. And she's the ultimate deva. And so as the ultimate deva, she uses the smaller devas to create. And so we are helping today by cleansing these devas in our own bodies. And so here we go.
Greetings to all of you who throughout time will be listening to this. You are creating many shifts right now that are being broadcast and radiating outward to humanity. You are opening many portals of consciousness, a great gift to the earth plane. As you shift higher and higher, it is important to become more conscious of you, the Divine Self, as the center of all your being, and to begin to recognize in more detail, with more awareness, all that is not